Hello everyone, Granite Roots. This is our Friday night reset highlights. I'm running with Air Guilds, and we've also been kind of working alongside Bada Guild. So right here we have blue on our Lord. We're going to create a little bit of space. We can assess the situation. What we're going to end up doing is kind of pushing them at the top, trying to get them to come down the stairs. Anyone that comes near, we kind of take them out. So this is going to be a victory by eating that elephant with small bites, as they say. Interesting thing was, we were in probably most of our fights, about an hour and a half of our fight night was spent here in our garrison. And I just captured most of the decisive victories, not so much the small skirmishes, otherwise this would be like a super long, more than boring video. Okay, so you see we just keep just near the top, trying to kind of tease them and pull them down a little bit. I mean, just look at all that AoE. Absolutely nutty. And you can see, of course, some good usage of bubbles, again, on both teams in this video. Of course, I'm more concerned with our team, but I gotta give credit where it's due, even if it's an opposing team. And both teams, blue and green, were very well organized. And they're definitely over 50 players, but that's okay. So they're going to make a push here in a second. Look at that, great placement of the bubble. And then we're going to kind of trade places with them. They're going to push down the stairs, we're going to push up through them, because no one wants to stand where the bomb's at. That'll be coming up shortly. And it's right after they make that switch, we end up being able to push down and finish the job. And you can see I'm still using spear and also staff as my other weapon set. Alright, here we go. I think they're getting ready for their push. And a little bit of zipping you see me doing up and down spear 2, which gives you resistance, which cuts down overall damage, which is nice. And that's kind of why I went with spear now versus using like an axe or mace with a shield offhand, because I believe it just increases your sustain and survivability, and again mobility. As you see, I don't know, there's just something wrong with my brain. I can't stay on tag. I just more react and then got to get back to them. So used to roaming, so used to just being on my own program. Okay, here's the push, and I wasn't aware of what they're doing at first, and then here we go. I'm going to go up top, and then made it back to tag, and then nice bubble drop, and we're just going to keep pushing right back down the stairs. And this is kind of what breaks them. And there they go, look at all those downs. Just a trail of destruction, and they're going to scatter like bees. Both commanders, excellent job, and both teams, us and our allies, just both commanders were well, and our players, obviously, good job to everyone. Okay, here, green and blue are fighting below on the catwalk. We're just going to wait for them to start developing downs, and we're going to jump down and help both sides out, eliminate both. So again, very good timing here on the part of the commanders and teammates following. This was a bit easier to follow because not a lot of mobility, so we're going to slowly push around the corner, which was nice because there's nowhere for them to go but down, but they're staying up on the catwalk, so it makes us easier to put them in our AoEs and our bombs, drop reflects on them. And maybe in some other videos I'll go back to running Spellbreaker for excuse me, for some boon strip, and I love the Winds of Change, but maybe I'll also do some, I still have a couple I haven't done any videos on, like, I can't remember if I did any on a Mesmer healer, haven't done any on the Tempest. I've just been kind of focused on, I was starting to, but I focused on this one because everybody uses pulls and stuns and immobilizations, and I really just think Guardian is awesome at handling those. And you can see I run a couple things a stab. You see the elite. Oh, here we go. I'll get back to that. Here's what happens when you're an AFK player. Just thought I'd put this in here. I know Money Healer could have swapped to my raid quick DPS build, but I didn't think of it in time. But either way, I had some helpers come down so we could finish this off, so it didn't take me another 10 minutes. So getting back to what I say, look at my bar. I have Hallowed Ground, Stand Your Ground, and the Elite that gives some stability. Don't forget I have Tome 3-5. Those are all good. And I just like having that ability. And my abilities have improved since I learned like 2 weeks ago. Sad, I know I'm a slow learner. That immobilization, stun break doesn't do that. You have to, it counts as a con. You got to con declare that. So now that I'm aware of that, I've gotten better at saving myself and probably my own teammates. Because a lot of these comps use mobs, but because they're effective. You know, if your guy can't run or do anything, he's in place, he's just going to sit there in the area of damage. So it's a useful tactic. Now I know how to break it properly. So I appreciate it. I can't remember who told me that, but whoever it was, thank you so much. And I apologize to my guildmates for not knowing that sooner. I mean, that probably is what managed for us to lose some fights, I'm sure. But thankfully they're patient with me, so I also appreciate them for that as well. Okay, now we're just pushing them down the stairs. So that was green and blue fighting for us again, and we're just letting them. They had, I think, bigger groups than we had combined, and so if we let them whittle each other down, we were good. And we're just clearing out the rabble here. Love that. Tone 1-3. Got a little interrupt action there. That's nice. And that's actually got a shorter recharge time, I think, than an axe pull. So that's also good. Either way, that's the video. I only put the highlights in there. Like I said, I cut out the skirmishes. Droned on about my stuff, my thoughts. So hopefully they're help to you. Either way, thank you for watching. Have a most excellent day.